get this thing loaded on the trailer and let's get out of here. Alright guys, we finally made it. We are in the Walmart parking lot. As you can see, there's a few gambler vehicles over there. It looks like there's a little bit of a gathering. You can see they got some Christmas lights there over there. So we're gonna get this thing unloaded. And then we gotta get some stuff out of my dad's truck, loaded in the back. We're gonna go into Walmart, get some supplies, and then we'll join the rest of the crazies. So this is beginning to get fun now, despite having a flat tire on our way here, or a bad tire and a locked up brake on the trailer. Well guys, we made it through the night. We are in the Walmart parking lot right now with a few other fellow gamblers, and it was a cold night, but fortunately for us, we had our camper here and it kept us fairly warm. The noise was a bit much at times, but we got some good sleep, and we're gonna go get something to eat, and then we're gonna get in line. So here we go. All right guys, we just got in line, and they actually moved the line. We got lucky enough. That's the beginning of the line up there, and as you can see, we're right there. We're like the 12th vehicle in line, so we're right at the front.
Oh, you got extra horns. Wow, you can do it even remotely.
Oh yeah, we don't screw around here.
Oh yeah, you don't want anyone stealing this beauty.
Okay.
Wow. This is fantastic.
He even made us matching t-shirts.
Oh yeah, we got
matching t-shirts. You guys want to stand? Let's
hold
see.
on,
Stand together. Let's see those matching t-shirts together. How do you guys know each other?
It's my dad.
Father and son.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Father and son. Turtle Redneck.
I'm Postal Redneck. That's my YouTube channel, and the truck's called the Turtle. So because it's got the hardback on the back and his head sticking out. So it's an 01 Ford F-150. I did a build video on YouTube on it. Kind of an overlander, bed in the back, and yeah, I had a lot of fun building, and I imagine this event's going to be pretty fun, so I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, well, tell me about your road trip partner.
Oh, this is my dad. He was excited to come along as well. It was I'm happy to have him here. I'll say that. He couldn't be a better co-pilot. He's got. Unfortunately, he's a good navigator, or a bad one, I'd say. We had a little bit of trouble, hopefully
here and there. We made it like 6 miles from the house and we broke down.
Oh, you've already broken down so far today.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. We've had some pretty bad luck already. So hopefully it turns around during the event. We got all the bad stuff out of the way. So
we made it a whole 6 miles.
Oh my gosh! You broke down 6 miles into it.
Yep.
Is it all fixed up now?
Yes, it is. We sure hope so. So.
What's part of the fun of this whole thing for you?
Just trying to keep it under budget. You know, I paid $400 for the truck. It was a good challenge just to get a vehicle that cheap that could make it 500 miles. You know, I like the challenge. Being mechanically inclined and having those kind of skills was really put to the test when trying to do this. So I think that was one of the funner things. And yeah, just building it with my dad and friends and meeting a ton of people. I mean, I've met a lot of people already doing this.
It is fun. It is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody here is just here to have fun. So and, all the parts you get them for free, and they just cobble them all together.
Oh, we made it through registration, and did you see that line? I'm glad we were far up there. Unfortunately, the spring broke, and Susie here, but we got her hanging in the back window, so we're gonna punch in a few coordinates, see where we gotta go, and we're thinking about maybe moving the Suburban and trailer, but we'll see. Looks like we got a few gamblers here already gathering. It's gonna get hectic here real shortly. Well guys, we made it to our first stop. So far we seen 3 broke down cars, and we accidentally rammed some railroad tracks. So did the peons here. We were following right behind them. They got some pretty good air. Unfortunately I didn't get any footage of it, so yeah, we're holding up so far. Not easy
I
to
don't
do.
know what happened.
Lost
I
him
had it
again.
all in there.
You had him on
I hit
favorites.
search and it all disappeared.
Yeah, they gotta have it on their GPS. You want me to stop for a second?
No.
We're not calling it a day yet. We loaded it on the trailer and we're gonna head to Rose City, which is about 2.5 hours north. And there's off-road trails that we're supposed to be going to, and we figured, heck, there's no point in us driving both vehicles separately, so we just loaded it again. We're heading up to Rose City. We're gonna grab some food along the way, and then we're gonna go meet all the other gamblers up there. So time to hit the road again. Yay. Well guys, we made it about half an hour into our trip. The trailer was pulling like crap. It was swerving all over the place, so we ended up just unloading the truck off the trailer. My dad is right now in front of me. He's gonna drive the truck and trailer separate up there in case we break down, and I'm just driving the Ford. And I tell you what, we're doing about 65. We were only able to do about tops 55, and it was all over the place. So unfortunately, we got to drive it. That's part of the gamble. I should have been driving it anyway. So yeah, we got a ways to go. We got about another 2.5 hours, and we passed probably 30 vehicles already broke down on the side of the road. So it's getting pretty bad for some people. I feel sorry for them. That's all part of the gamble. I mean, it's all part of the fun. In all honesty, I mean, that's what this is all about. So let's hope we make it. Got a bunch of gamblers. Yeah! Tire came off the trailer. Completely destroyed the bearing. Yeah, good thing my truck wasn't on this thing when that happened. Woo, that'd have been bad. Well guys, we were unable to get the bearing off. The threads on the nut were so damaged from when the bearing blew apart. It actually damaged the threads. As you've seen, we were struggling pretty bad, couldn't get it, so we jacked it up, chained it up so that it's not dragging on the ground, and we're going to continue to drive in hopes that the turtle don't break down and that thing doesn't have any other problems. So yeah, I have no security blanket anymore, which I guess for every other gambler that's not there either. So yeah, I guess this is what gambling's all about. Well guys, as you see, we're back on the road, and who would have thought that the trailer, out of all things, was going to give us trouble? Not only on our way here, we made it 5 miles and we had to put the spare on, but we get this far, and I didn't even mention, after the tire fell off, we went and tried getting the bearing off. We noticed the tail light was missing, so the left tail light fell off. We had to buy a used, cheap one from the auto parts store, quick splice that one in. So yeah, the trailer not only at this point is completely useless for us, it's actually a hindrance. So let's just hope it makes it back home, and I'm hoping this thing makes it back home. We got at least, we're gonna forge on. We're heading to the campground right now. We're about an hour out, so just got a call from the peons, said it's all dirt road, so we're gonna hopefully get both trucks there. So I guess my dad's truck's part of the Gambler now, so we're gambling. Woohoo! We're about 10 minutes away, and I tell you what, it's a sight for sore eyes. Not only see gamblers, and but I've been hearing a little bit of chatter on the CB radio too, so that means we're getting close. And once again, getting pretty excited. It was looking pretty down there for a little bit, so we're almost at camp. We're a couple minutes away, so I'm getting excited to see what's going on. So. Well guys, it looked like we made it. We gotta find a spot for a truck and a trailer here, and as you can see, it's pretty packed. A lot of people, a lot of vehicles, and not a whole lot of room, so I have a feeling we're gonna be driving around for a bit trying to find a spot. Well, we'll get one, and when we do, I'll get back to you. What do you guys think? Look like home? We got a theater, we got running water, we got a place to sleep. It's like home, only better. It moves. That'll work. Well guys, this is our night. We got a good fire going, watching a movie with fun gamblers. So
I have a gallon of
take a look.
I've got a whole gallon of fluid, a premix. I've got just a little.
It's gonna be a good night. I'm glad we made it. It was definitely tough, but we made it. So. Well guys, we made it through the night. It was a long and cold one. I had to say that. It was freaking cold out, but we're taking the truck and trailer right now. We're gonna park in an open lot. We're gonna fuel up the Ford, and then we're gonna do some much needed trail riding. Unfortunately, we have no safety curtain anymore, so with the trailer being broken, we gotta take it generally pretty easy, but yeah, let's get this stuff dropped off and taken care of, and let's hit some trails. Well guys, as you can see, we are not having a good day. We went to move the truck and trailer out of the ORV area so we could be out here so it wasn't such a mad rush, and on our way out, the other tire on that side fell off, and then we pulled the bearing apart on this side and it was destroyed and spinning. So we just spent about an hour, went out of town, and got some bearings, and now we get to put them in. So this is turning out to be not so much fun. Alright guys, we got the 3 done. We weren't able to salvage the other one. I'll actually show you. In the bearing spun, they actually wrecked the threads on here, so you can see it's actually welded right on there, but we were able to change the other 3 out, put new ones in, get them all greased up good, so we're gonna have to chance it. Obviously, we have no other options. We're both tired, we're both worn out, and hopefully we can make it home, because this is getting to be a little ridiculous.
forward.
They're gonna get stuck.
Piece of cake.
Well guys, I'm happy to say it's the next day and we made it back. I am glad we changed out the trailer bearings because trailer made it back, the turtle made it back, and I'm happy to say that peons made it back. So they had a bit of trouble. They broke down about an hour and a half outside of Detroit, but they found their way back. They got back at about 1:30 last night. I met up with them and made sure they got back. So it was a fun trip. I learned a lot, and after unloading this, we'll go over some of the stuff I'd like to change out for next year if I go. So. Well, there we go, guys. The truck is completely cleaned out inside the cab and the camper area. I gave it a once over, and all the skid plate, the roof rack up here is still nice and tight. The camper doesn't seem to be leaking anything, and the cool thing is now that it's actually warm out, look at that. Our water temp sitting at about, looks like 89, so it's about 70 out right now. Let's see here, some other concerns. Leaf springs. I thought the leaf springs were going to break. They were pretty thin if you look right here. So leaf springs held up. One thing I didn't show you was the frame right here actually was cracked all the way up and rotted out. So I welded a piece of angle iron in, and that seems to be holding as well. So truck did pretty good as far as mechanically, gave us no problems. The trailer on the other hand, ooh, that was a real bummer. Alright guys, as for next year's Gambler, if I end up going, whether it be in this or not, I have a few suggestions for you. Things that I learned this trip is organization. You want to find a way to organize your stuff, whether it be your toilet paper, paper towels, your food, your tools. Just having it all in the back of the cab wasn't working. We were moving too much stuff around, and it was just turning into a hassle. Another thing, when everybody met, we met Friday night in the Walmart parking lot. Now that was great and all, you know, seeing all the early birds, you know, that didn't start till Saturday morning, so we spent the night there. And unfortunately, people were getting in there at about 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and they're honking their horns, revving their engines. So if you plan on staying the night the day before, you know, meet there, check out all the vehicles, you know, have that kind of fun, and then go to another parking lot and sleep, because it was loud, obnoxious, and we didn't get a whole lot of sleep. Another tip would be sleeping. Now, the Walmart, it got down to about 30, but once we headed up north, Saturday to Sunday night, it got down to 15 degrees, and even with this being fairly windproof, you know, and insulated, it got cold, and we weren't ready for it. Our sleeping bags weren't thick enough. We had sweatshirts on, and we were in our sleeping bags still cold, so we ended up firing up our generator and running a heater. And in the rules it says, well, not really a rule, but be courteous to the people around you. Don't run a generator all night. Now, fortunately, everybody was sleeping in their cars, or everyone that was sleeping in their cars were running their cars, and we had a quiet generator, so we just fired it up at about 2 in the morning because we couldn't even get a lick of sleep. So and then I guess my final suggestion, find people to go with. You know, a group of people is going to always be better than by yourself. I mean, I'm not saying people aren't going to be there to help you. The help you're going to get is going to be phenomenal. I guarantee you that. The people there are wonderful. I enjoyed meeting every one of you, and a lot of people knew me, which was cool. So I enjoyed seeing everyone, but it's definitely worth going with a couple people. So get to know people in your area. Maybe drive up there as a group, but it's nice knowing someone up there. And yeah, I guess thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and get back to work.